Hola, borracho. Where is the Captain James? Senor Domingo Rios want to see him.
Hey, Captain?
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys to see you.
Captain James.
Yes.
Do you know Senor Rios?
Encantado, señor. Capitán, may we come aboard? Yes, please do. Now.
Manuel tells me this boat is fast.
Yeah, she's fast, all right.
Captain, what we have to speak is private.
Steve, you want to wait in the car? I'll give you a lift.
I'd rather walk.
Well, gentlemen, I'd like to charter your boat for 2 days, maybe 3. The sail or this one?
This one,
All right, when do you want it?
day after tomorrow.
Fine. You bring what food you want, drinks. I supply the fuel, the tackle, and the bait.
We do not want to go fishing.
I want you to carry some passengers.
Where?
To here, to Key West,
From?
from Cuba, Captain.
That's against the law for an American to enter the Cuban waters.
See? And it was against the law to bootleg rum from Cuba, no?
That was a long time ago.
Since then, you no longer break the law.
Cállate, Manuel.
You know, I don't think I like your friend's attitude.
Because your behind turns yellow with age. Mariposa.
I apologize for him, Captain. Manuel, ve al auto. Captain, there is much you should know.
Senor.
Please. Come to my house for dinner tonight. Yes, you and I will talk. I promise you will be interested.
Senor, I'm afraid I can't make it.
Maybe for breakfast?
All right.
8 o'clock then, Captain?
Make it 7. Thank you.
Adios. Adios, Captain.
All you will have to do is wait until dark, when you'll get a signal from shore. Move it about 100 yards offshore, embark 10 refugees from a small boat and return. Simple?
Look, senor, if you asked me to take explosives in to blast the communists or saboteurs, yeah, I'd be interested. But as for refugees, let them stay in Cuba. There they can fight Castro.
We're building an invasion.
Of the brave men, yes.
I'll give you $5,000 to make the trip.
My boat is worth a hell of a lot more than $5,000.
Captain, I'll underwrite the boat for full value. If anything happens,
If anything happens, I won't be around to collect, will I?
my daughter, Captain. She was an announcer for CMQ Havana Radio, but nevertheless a girl unwise in politics. Until recently, Linda did not see that real evil exists in Cuba.
And now?
Raul Castro has a warrant for her arrest because of public remarks she made of questioning his masculinity.
She knew him, huh?
Mhm. If Linda's caught, Raul will see that she dies in secret and fast. Quite literally, she's between the devil and the deep blue sea.
She as pretty as this picture?
Prettier.
All right, senor, you've got a deal.
Thank you.
Flying out today, Captain.
No, just picking up some spare parts. We should pick up the parts and then check on the Johnson reservation. What are you doing down here?
There's some brass coming.
Well, say, could I see you sometime tomorrow in the morning? You've got a few minutes?
Sure thing. Make it about 10?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good. See you in a.m.
Right, Russ.
This bay, Ensenada de Corrientes. I'll use these two lights to run in on.
According to our last report, there are two of Castro's patrol boats operating in that area.
How fast are they?
About 30 knots.
I can outrun them.
Bull.
Don Gugino will do 35.
Oh, with a clean bottom, maybe, but she's been in the water for 6 months.
All right, so I'll lose some speed.
Enemy aircraft in that area. MiGs.
Yeah, they can make it rough.
Captain, I've known you ever since Korea, which is probably the last bloody action you saw. Ever since then, you've been spoiling to stick your neck into danger. What are you trying to do? Get yourself killed?
No.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, Russ.
Unofficially, of course. At least there won't be any word of the week for you.
All right.
See you later.
Hi, Miss Vance.
Hi, Captain. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Pete, can I talk to you a moment?
Sure.
Are you you sober enough to do something for me?
Just been watching me like that all day.
Good.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go around the Donga Jean. Take the anchors, the gear, the tackle, everything I don't need for running and get it ashore.
You want to make speed?
That's right. Now, Pete, here's $10. And it's not for booze. You understand that? I want you to get 2 kids, put them in the water, and have them scrape her hull.
Sure.
After that, I want you to take the boat around the Gulf dock. Top her tanks off, and understand this. I want 3 50-gallon tanks of fuel and lash them on deck.
Well, where are we going?
You're not going anywhere, Pete.
Don't leave me here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Captain.
Listen, don't waste any time. I want to get away from the Gulf dock by 10 o'clock tonight. Got that?
Sure.
Now, don't let me down. Bye, Miss Ann.
Goodbye, Captain.
How will you go?
And I'll head west to Dry Tortugas, and then south.
That's the long way. If you went...
If I go that way, then I'll be bucking the flow of the Gulf Stream. Coming back, it'll be different.
when will you arrive there?
I'll be laying off the coast of Cuba by sunset. I'll refuel there. And I'll let the boat drift till well after midnight.
Tonight's broadcast will instruct the refugees to meet you here at 3 a.m.
Right?
Flashes of light will guide you in. 2 flashes repeated every 15 minutes for an hour. Longer than that, it would be too risky.
You know, the other morning at breakfast, senor, you told me this was all going to be very, very simple.
For you, it will be, Captain. For the others, everything is relative.
All right, let's go over it again.
Oh, Pete! Oh, Pete! Pete! Capitan James!
What do you want, Manuel?
This is a good gun, Capitan. It has killed much the enemy of Cuba. What's that got to do with me? I think if you need it, you can know how to use it, huh? Also, I think you and the passengers will have the hunger. I brought some food. Thank you. You will bring the people. Among them, my father, my mother, my little brother. I'm sorry I call you Mariposa. It's not true. If you want, I'll help you with the boat, huh? Oh, thanks very much. The less weight aboard for this run, the better. But you can't give me a hand casting off these lines when I get aboard. Si, Capitan. Muy bien.
All right, you can cast off that stern.
Hasta luego. Buena suerte, Captain James.
Want some assistance, Captain?
What are you doing here?
I fell asleep.
Got a good mind to make you swim back to Key West.
Where are we?
Cuba. Pete, you got any booze down below?
One, two. Oh, one's empty.
All right, bring him topside and put him where I can see him. We're going slow and as quiet as possible. I'd like to be as close to shore as we can get by 3 o'clock. Put that out.
I ain't seen nothing yet. What time is it?
Matter with your watch.
It stopped.
10 after 3.
Mira. Sí, un barco americano. Un barco americano. Otro chiquito.
Might have missed the first signal. It's almost time for another one.
Captain, please.
All right, take a little, leave a little, huh? There it is now.
Why didn't they flash on time? Captain, it's a trap.
Yeah, that's some more courage. Only not too much.
Leave him, Captain?
Not risking the lives of 10 people for one man.
La lancha. ¿Dónde, capitán? Allá a la izquierda. Héctor! Creo que es un bote americano. Go, baby, go! Prisa! Prisa! ¡Fuera la ametralladora!
¡Ven aquí, Juanito! ¡Juanito, ven aquí!
Hey, can you handle the boat? Yes. Come on. Come on! Reduce speed and come about. Come about! Come about, reduce speed! They're not following? Oh, we're clear. You want to take the wheel?
Why quit now?
Hey, you. Come on, give me a hand. Captain, I'm on fire. My belly.
Why lie still, Pete?
I'm burning here. I've got to have a drink.
Water's not good for him.
No water. Rum.
Sorry, Pete.
Captain.
Stay with him.
All right, I'll take over.
I'm all right.
How is he?
If we could only stop his bleeding. That's not good for him.
I'll be the judge of that.
Hey! What's his name?
Lyle Dennison.
Hey, Dennison! Head north-northeast. Dry Tortugas, the fort.
We're not going to Key West?
I can't take a chance. The fuel line came loose last night. We lost a lot of fuel. Normally, I'd try to make a run for it. But with him...
Don't lose your boat. On account of me, Captain. I'm not worth it.
Take it easy, Pete.
You told me not to come. And the $10 you gave me to have the bottom cleaned? I spent it for rum. That's why we could not run the gunboat.
What are we going to do?
I'll radio the Coast Guard, see if they can't get a chopper out here to pick him up.
She's a little young for you.
Well, I'm not too old for her.
Well, then let me put it a different way, Captain. Keep away from my wife.
Coast Guard Base, Dry Tortugas. Coast Guard Base, Dry Tortugas. Charter boat, Gunga Jean.
What happens now, Captain?
Head for Dry Tortugas.
Let the government take your boat? You don't care?
What do you think?
Forewarned is forearmed, eh?
Think it would help my case any if I said I found these people floating around out in the ocean?
Castro's claiming his men fought a major naval battle this morning against an American warship, USS Don Gajin.
Who won?
Apparently you did. Must have taken a lot of guts.
Guts? Wasn't any choice. There never is when the situation gets hot.
You just make up your mind and act, and that's it?
Look, a man can only die once. As long as he dies the right way, what does it matter? Gonna be take my boat on to Key West?
I can't. Cutter will be here in about an hour, and some of the crew will take her. If you don't want to wait, you can fly back on the plane with me.
No, I'll wait. Think I'll take a walk around.
Find something?
Just a conch.
This is what they call people from Key West? Conks? It's very beautiful inside. What are you like inside?
Same as outside. How long you been married?
2 years. My husband had an import business in Havana. He was an opportunist. For a while, Castro found him useful. I was in political trouble. Lyle used what influence he had to keep me out of prison. I was grateful.
It'd have to be to marry him.
A few months ago, the government confiscated everything Lyle owned. He practically crawled to Castro, begging to have his property restored. When that failed, he made arrangements for me to be with Raoul, privately, of course. Since then, I've hated him for every moment I was forced to be with that immoral communist eunuch. I can't remember having ever loved Lyle Dennison.
Yet you stayed with him.
He stayed with me. And then one night the soldiers came. We escaped to the provinces. We ran until, when you arrived, there was no place left to run.
So now you're stuck with him.
What makes you so sure?
Linda! The ship's here. I think we can get to Key West without any further assistance from Captain James. Hi, Captain. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Harry.
Hi, Captain.
Jack, I'm buying again.
I hear they grabbed your boat.
Yeah, the State Department's getting ready to cut my throat. What are you, a writer?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Well, sitting around this bar all day ain't gonna make you another Ernest Hemingway.
Hey, Jack, you remember that fellow we used to have hanging around here, Steinberg?
Yeah, big fella. Gonna go to Egypt.
Yeah. Think he's gonna pass himself off as an Arab or a camel?
What's so funny? I read his book.
Nothing really, but Steinberg never went anywhere. He soaked up all of his color in stories sitting around local bars. He finally got to believe that every story was true.
A man tells himself a few lies, it makes his life much easier. What's the harm?
No harm.
Boy, he's had more than his share of adventures.
Man does what he has to do. Actually, he's made.
You know, he...
Pardon me. You care, Dan?
I'd love to.
I was one of the few Americans in the Sierra Maestra with Che Guevara. He also tried to see how far he could push me. I don't look for trouble, Captain. I was resting when Che Guevara came over to me and kicked me in the ribs with his boots. That's what he said. I smiled at him. Just like I'm smiling at you. I stood up. Watching him. He had a machete in his hand. I took out my knife. Those moments, and how I acted in them, would always be my personal proof of what I was or was not. Those next moments were really rough. He stood a foot in front of me with his knife set. If he moved so much as a muscle, I was going to rip him from his stomach to his rib cage. The soldiers. They all held their breath, waiting to see what would happen. The seconds ticked by, each one a lifetime.
Is this supposed to mean something?
Take it for what it's worth, Captain.
It's not worth a damn thing to me. You're drunk.
I just got a call from the hospital.
Pete?
He's dead.
Does his wife know? I guess I'm elected.
For 16 years, you live with a man drank like Pete drank. It's only natural you're going to try it. See what's so great about it. You didn't have to come here.
Well, Mrs. Sands, I was paid $5,000 for that Cuba run. I'd like you to have half of it.
It wouldn't be right.
Let's call it Pete's share.
No. I heard you tell Pete he couldn't go. I'm not blaming you for anything.
Miss Sands, please take this one.
Thank you very much.
Pete earned it.
What are you going to do?
Well, I thought I'd take the Carib to the Bahamas. Skin dive some wrecks that I've charted.
Maybe you'll find a fortune.
I don't know about that, but it's a good time for vacation. It'll be at least 6 months before I get my charter license back.
The Carib's a pretty sailboat, Captain.
I bet she is.
God go with you and keep you out of trouble.
That's a big order, Mrs. Sands.
This next street up on my right is one of the old Key West homes, all the gingerbread trim and those wrought iron balconies. It looks like Key West, or looks like New Orleans with the wrought iron trim around here. Let's see.
Linda! You went out. Anybody ask you?
And she sure look her when she's dressed up.
Say where she was going?
Think she'd tell me if she wouldn't tell you?
They tell me your sailboat has the tallest mast of any boat in town.
Yeah, she's tall, all right, and straight, too. Come on aboard.
Well, thank you.
You look pretty today, prettier than ever.
Well, thank you again.
How about some coffee?
No, please, don't let me interrupt what you're doing.
This?
Lyle went to Miami this morning. He's looking for some scheme to promote. The unemployment agency told him he wasn't entitled to compensation.
Compensation? He's lucky he doesn't lose his citizenship.
There's a question of that, too.
Say, how would you like to go sightseeing?
Oh, I'd love to.
Well, we've got the turtle crawls down here, or we've got a lighthouse that's for sale if you want to buy one. And the sisters over here at the convent have a very interesting museum. All right, wait a minute. Don't give up yet. If you don't want to see any of that, we can always go to the beach and take a swim.
Well, could I see the inside of your boat before we go?
Sure.
Oh, everything's so neat and clean down here.
Sometimes.
You sleep here all the time?
Yeah, I will at sea.
How long will you be gone?
Oh, 2, maybe 3 months.
I'm going to miss you. I'll say a prayer for you every single night.
Glenda, I'm sorry.
I'll bet you've had a lot of women down here.
Tell me, how's your father, Senor Rios?
I've seen him only once.
You don't sound very appreciative. He went to an awful lot of trouble to get you off that island.
It's not that.
Well, what is it?
It's Lyle.
What do you mean?
My father won't have anything to do with him. And as long as I'm married to
Then
him...
get rid of him.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm afraid of him.
Oh, nonsense. Don't you know that barking dogs never bite?
You don't know Lyle.
He hasn't got the guts to do anything.
That's easy for you to say. You're a man. And you can stand up to him. Men have ways of settling things.
Look, when I'm in a bad situation, I get out of it.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that.
How?
The same way you got in. You walked in, you walk out.
As simple as that. Everything black and white.
Look, honey. Life's just what you make it.
One slash is all it takes. You know I didn't want you to see him. Cheat me, and I stop at nothing.
Go ahead.
Get up.
Coward.
I would have done it. In the mountains, I would have killed Che Guevara, but...
He would have killed you. If you hadn't crawled.
That's a lie.
A laughing stock. Playing the idiot. haven't the guts to fight. Or kill. Weren't you brave at Sloppy Joe's? This is it, Che Guevara. A fight to the finish. Live or die. And I can see the soldiers leaning forward, breathless, watching you with your knife, ready for a slash at Che Guevara. Where do you get these stories? You live in a dream?
Linda, help me. Please help me, Linda.
How?
Captain James is sailing to the Bahamas. I've got a sister there. She'll give me some money, enough till I get on my feet. You talk your captain into taking me there so I can see her.
He wouldn't let you set foot on his boat.
I promise to give you a divorce, if he does.
Why don't you write your sister?
It's too easy to say no in a letter.
All right, I'll get you the money to fly over then.
Well, can you get me a passport, too? Who are you?
To see the captain. To get your precious ride. Why?
Because you're still my wife. Because I still love you.
There's no problem taking Dennison along. I can put up with him for a few days.
I worry about you. If anything should happen, or if you run
All
into...
I expect is for him to keep his part of the bargain.
That's the trouble with this world. Men don't keep their bargains. If Castro hadn't betrayed the revolution, he would have been the greatest man in Cuban history. But look what's happened. The suffering he's caused is infamous.
Yeah, well, clowns like that knock themselves out of the box sooner or later.
Eventually. But when they do, what's left?
Let's hope a great deal is left.
I wish I were going with you instead of Lyle.
So do I. I'll be back soon. Next time, you go along.
When will you sail?
Day after tomorrow. Sunrise.
I had a sailboat once in the Pacific a few years ago.
Oh, did you?
Tried my hand at pearl diving. Didn't have any breathing apparatus.
That's pretty tough work without scuba.
That it is. I've been around some. Not like you, though.
I don't think anybody's keeping score.
My boat was home and transportation business all at the same time. A man can really live on a boat. It's his private kingdom.
What happened to her?
Had to get rid of her. Things didn't pan out. I'm going to get another boat someday. Then I'll be able to go anywhere. And wander the oceans of the world. Every voyage will be adventure. Old love's left behind in every port. Yes, sir. With a boat like yours, a man can have complete and perfect freedom.
Better get some shade. Relax.
Sun doesn't bother me. Men who fight the sea, they never think of themselves. What do I care about a little sun?
Your funeral.
Maybe I'll go below for a while.
Yeah, you do that.
Credit cards. Driver's license. Identification card. With these papers, I could be Captain James. I could sail through the Panama Canal to the Pacific. Paradise. For the first time in my life. It'd be so easy if the cap fell overboard. Unlikely, though. He's never off balance. Don't be too sure of yourself, Captain. I can kill as well as anybody.
Gentlemen of the jury, this case involves the alleged murder of Captain James. The state expects to prove to your complete satisfaction that the defendant, Dennison, did willfully and with full intent.
Gentlemen, ocean cruising is a hazardous game. Accidents happen.
Do you have a sister in the Bahamas?
I have no sister. No brothers either, for that matter.
Then isn't it a fact that, because the captain was interested in your wife, you tricked him into sailing with you on that fatal voyage? Wasn't your sole purpose one of revenge?
On the contrary, James and I were good friends, close friends. But frequently during the voyage to the Bahamas, he expressed the wish that I should have the cream if something should happen to it.
Inasmuch as there are no witnesses, no corpse, with the motive in doubt, this court must accept the defendant's straightforward, honest defense. He is found not guilty and is free to sail to the islands of the South Pacific.
Hey, what's so funny?
Nothing's funny, Captain.
Come on back here and give me a hand getting these sails down. Watch the boom, I'm coming about.
What are you going to lower the sails for?
Then we can get some sleep?
I'm not tired.
All right, you can stand watch then.
I could use the engine.
No, we're late too. Come on. What the hell's the matter with you?
Me?
What are you grinning at?
I don't know. Sunburn, I guess.
Halfway, we made good time yesterday.
These are empty waters.
Fine with me, I like plenty of room.
So do I. Are you sure we're halfway?
Yeah, the sights and dead reckoning agree. Better give me a hand getting these sails up. And no more daydreaming, huh?
Daydreaming?
Yeah, half the time you act like your sea bag's half empty.
I'll pay more attention, Captain.
Now, you do that. Try and stand your toes.
Captain James! Captain James! We got a shark on the line. He's 12 feet long, maybe 15.
I don't see anything.
Who says I never had a boat? I've got one now. No shark. Just you in the water, Captain. Halfway. 100 miles to Key West, 100 miles to the Bahamas. Take your pick and swim for it.
I'm coming aboard.
No, you're not. You're dead, Captain. Maybe you don't realize it. Maybe you're still breathing, but that doesn't matter. You're dead.
Dennison!
The Carib is mine now. You and Linda can both go to hell.
I should have gotten you when we were in the Gulf Stream. What's the matter with that engine?
How long do you think you can run with your carburetor fuel? Why don't you go below and open the valve?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'm coming aboard. Enough of this nonsense.
Boy, keep away, I'll run this through you.
Do I have to sit here and watch him dying inch by inch? I could finish him off with his rifle. Or would it be better to wait for him to drown?
You better take the safety off.
Come on! Left! I'll go below and find the bullets!
Why don't you do that?
You think I'm gonna give you another chance to board?
You can get some tannic acid for that sunburn. There's cool water in the cabin. Too bad you didn't throw it closer. There are bullets in the butt plate.
You'd like another chance to get this, wouldn't you? Well, go ahead and try. You've got a greedy desire for life, Captain. But so have I. There's no use hanging on down there. Let go! You must be thinking that I lost up everything. can hear you thinking. He's loused up an easy murder like this, like he's loused up everything else in his life. Well, you're wrong, Captain. What do you know about my life? You don't know what I am, but you're finding out. I'm going to start the engine. And then when we start moving, the wake will drown you or wash you away. James! Captain James! I'm going to sit right here on the stern. I'm not going to move until you drop off. And I'm hoping you stick your head above the deck because I've got it out for you! Those are my last words, Captain. No matter what you ask, no matter what you say, I'm not answering. That's all she wrote, Captain. I've won, Captain! What do you think of me now? In a moment, you'll feel the water rising over your head, tugging and pulling at you. Stay where you are and drown, or let go! Let go!
I need a plan before sunset. A foolproof plan to once and for all get rid of that barnacle under the hull. If I pump gasoline overboard, that'll do it. Trouble is, there's danger of losing the boat. I might lose my own life. I have to take that risk. Anything to get rid of Captain James.
No phone? No gasoline? It never happened? Oh, God. Oh, God. Captain. Captain. Captain!
What's the matter, Dennison?
Murder should be accomplished in a second. But to go on killing for 12 hours... All I ask, all I want is to kill you! I'm armed.
So am I.
I can't fight.
It doesn't make any difference whether you do or you don't.
Captain, I tried to murder you because you wanted me to.
That's a dirty lie.
Why are you always in danger? It doesn't just happen to you. You need the taste of death, like a rummy needs his bottle.
It's no excuse for treachery.
I want to be loyal. I could be a true friend. What satisfaction would you get in killing me?
You tried to kill me.
I ask you, I beg you, let God punish me. Don't you do it, Captain.
Get up on your feet. You aren't worth killing. Come on, give me a hand with these sails.
I pray to God to let you die. That boy.